Halito, it's your brother YK the Truth. Now, Sister Bethy gets caught turning her black ancestors Indian. Shame. Shame. Sister Bethy admits to creating a fake family tree. Silly abos. Tricks are for kids.
I don't know nobody past this is this is real. All this is real. It's my grandmother's kids. Those my aunts and uncles. These people are real. They're real. I don't know who the fuck these people is right here. All the way up. I don't know none of them. I don't know nobody past this.
So she admits to creating a fake family tree just so people can believe that she is Indian. This is what these silly abos do. They create fake trees. The research guy tried to turn my ancestor into a Cherokee. Sister Bethy admitted to creating a fake family tree, and she got caught. But let's go. This is going to be sad. It's a sad day in the Aboriginal community. Now, Sister Bethy, this is Sister Bethy's second great grandparents. She told us to look them up. So don't get mad at me for doing what she asked me to do, right? Now let's get it. Her second great grandparents, Rebecca Brown, race black. It says nothing about being an Indian. What is the etymology of the word black? Old English, the color black, also ink from noun use of black. It is attested from late 14th century as dark spot in the pupil of the eye. The meaning, dark-skinned person, African. So you keep saying that you don't have African ancestry, but clearly you got black on your genealogy. And this is why a lot of abos don't like showing their genealogy. It's not because it's private and they don't want to show it and they don't want to share it because it's personal. It's because when they start showing their genealogy, you're going to start seeing these black people and you're going to start seeing these war records. You're going to start seeing nothing Indian. All right? This is why they don't show their genealogy. But see, Sister Bethy, she's so naive that she stuck her head out there and she got caught. And this is respectfully, this is not a personal attack. She asked us to do this. So you can't get mad because I'm doing what she asked me to do. All right? She said do it.
You can't do shit to me. Go for it. I
Nah,
want you to.
you
No, no,
said
no.
you said you said
Go
you want
for
me
it.
to?
Go right ahead.
She said it, not me.
Bap. I'm gonna show my genealogy. I did it before about 4 years ago,
Oh
and I'm
shit.
gonna do it again. Let's
Oh
go.
shit. Let's
Let's go.
go.
You damn right.
Shout out to Sister Bethy.
Shut the fuck up.
She mad.
Now, here we go. That's me. That's my mother, Diane Elizabeth. She's still alive. That's my grandmother. She's dead.
Now let me stop it right there, right? To avoid, any issues. First thing I want you to realize is check her tone. She's serious. She ain't create this tree. She's serious. But the reason why she's saying that it's not her tree and that it's a lie is because she know that she got caught out there. Let's get it.
That's my great grandmother, South Carolina. That's my great second great grandmother. You see her and her husband. That's her and Cornelius. This is her mother. They look exactly alike. This is her mother. They look exactly alike.
Shout out to Uncle
As you
Courtney.
can see.
Now you heard her say they look exactly alike. But then she's going to turn around and admit that they're not even on her family tree, that she created it, that she fabricated it to fool the Aboriginal community. She didn't do it to fool us. She did it to fool you guys. Because let's say it was a lie. Let's say she lied, right? To fool us. But how does that make her look good? If we're saying show us the genealogy, we don't believe you. And then you turn right around and show some fake genealogy. Why should we take you serious? Why should we take you serious? You're not real. That's not a good, that don't give you a point. That don't make you look good. It doesn't, Sister Bethy.
Bap, I'm going to show my genealogy. I did it before about 4 years ago,
Oh,
and I'm
shit.
going to do it again. Let's
Oh,
go.
shit. Let's
Let's
go.
You damn right.
Shout out to Sister Bethy.
Shut the fuck up.
She mad.
Now, here we go. That's me. That's my mother, Diane Elizabeth. She's still alive. That's my grandmother. She's dead. That's my great grandmother, South Carolina. That's my great second great grandmother. You see her and her husband.
Now, what do you notice about all of these people? They don't have any indigenous last names. Those are European last names. So clearly, her people were owned by white men. Let's go.
It's her and Cornelius. This is her mother. They look exactly alike.
Shout out to Uncle
As you
Courtney.
can see. Exactly alike. Now let's.
So she said they look exactly alike. So she fooled everybody in BAP's chat because they was the ones in the comment section in the chat, cheering her on. Now let's show how she admitted to the whole thing being fake. Shame. Shame. Shame on Sister Bethy for fooling the masses. Let's go.
I don't know nobody past this is real. All this is real. It was my grandmother's kids. It was my aunts and uncles. These people are real. They're real. I don't know who the fuck these people is right here.
Now remember when she said they look just alike? But now she's telling us she don't know who those people are. So how can we trust Miss Sister Bethy? Shame. Shame. You done got caught in the biggest lie of 2024. You started the year off early. You lied. All you abos do is lie. This is not slander. You're saying you lied. So if you're saying that you lied and you don't know any of those people, why should we take anything you say serious again? Seriously. If you're lying just to prove that you are somehow indigenous to the Americas, but yet looking at those records, your peoples are black. You're African. You look African. Remember you said, Sister Bethy, that you looked like me and we looked alike. I wonder why. My genes, my DNA comes back from Africa. Huh? Most of your peoples was in South Carolina. If this genealogy is real, most of your peoples was from South Carolina. Now it says Columbia and Charleston to Georgia border, African Americans. Most African Americans who trace their roots back to South Carolina in the 1700s have ancestors from the coastal West Africa along the Gulf of Guinea. During the 18th century, colonial settlement expanded rapidly, and the Carolinas split into the North and South. Unlike North Carolina, South Carolina's economy was heavily dependent upon slavery, and it quickly developed a majority black population. So that's where she get the black on her genealogy. Most were enslaved people who worked on large rice, indigo, and cotton plantations prior to the Civil War. After emancipation, Jim Crow laws and racial violence continued to limit freedoms, and hundreds of thousands of African Americans migrated out of the state in search of better opportunity. And this is from Ancestry, by the way. So, if you got black on your genealogy, your ancestors is in South Carolina. They came from West Africa, Sister Bethy. Maybe we somehow related. Who knows? But you got caught in a lie. Well, you told on yourself, basically. But I'm gonna show you something else. Let's keep going.
Way up. I don't know none of them. That is not part of my tree.
Oh, that's crazy. Hey, that's gonna be
I
And then smoke
don't know
like it's
nobody
and then
past
smoke and then
this.
smoke is like it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy, but I bet you was the one believing it when she was showing this shit. Silly abos, tricks are for kids. Now this is Cornelius Fisher, second great grandfather, Sister Bethy, black, race black. It says nothing about an Indian. Shame. Now Sister Bethy gets caught turning Cornelius into an Indian because Cornelius is infant Fisher. Okay,
Go
you
ahead.
changed Moses into all these black people. You made them Indian. Now my thing is,
Wait, wait, wait,
these
wait.
are real people's.
I didn't
These
make
are
anybody. Wait, what are you talking about? I made people Indians.
these are real people's ancestors that you're doing this to. I'm just letting you know
Wait a
that
minute. Wait, wait. Who are you saying that I made Indians?
you made Moses. Moses is black. Nowhere does it say he's an Indian, but it says your
I
name.
didn't make
I'm
anybody.
not gonna say your first and your last name, but it says
Wait,
that
wait,
you
wait.
turned
Everybody
them
knows
that.
my. Wait, nigga. Everybody knows my first and last name. Bethy
Right,
on the
but
guy. My name is
uh-huh.
Be the One Giles. That's me.
Right, but they said that you did it, but you didn't add it says it. It says, but you didn't add the additional files. So it's still gonna say black, but at the bottom of it, it's gonna say Indian
I have
because you
no
entered
clue.
that.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
I know you don't.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I'm
You're
gonna
saying
show you. I'm gonna show you what it is. You'll see the
there's
video,
no.
and I want you to look at what she did. All right, this lady is very, very desperate to be an Indian. It says an update for instant fishing. This is what other ancestry members have added to this record. If you have something to add, click on add your own and tell us what you know. Now, this is the contribution. Now, pay attention. It says info, male Indian. Added additional data not found on the record. Submitted by Bethy Giles on March 16th, 2022. So she tried to turn Cornelius, which it clearly says black on his census, on his records, but she tried to turn him into an Indian. She did the same thing with Moses. This is her third great grandfather, right? She tried to turn Moses into an Indian. All right. And this is what she typed inside of the contribution. Right? It says info, male Indian farm laborer. Added additional data not found on the record. Submitted by Bethy Giles on March 16th, 2022. So she's desperately trying to turn all of her ancestors Indians. This is clear. This is self-hatred. Shame. Shame. I told you not to share your genealogy, but you wanted us to do it, right? Now, this is Sister Bethy's third great grandparent. And Moses Fisher was an African. All right? He was in the 33rd U.S. Colored Infantry. I felt,
Africans on
oh
my
my
goddamn
God.
tree. My
Oh my
family
God.
was colored troops. Ain't no fucking
Woo.
Africans,
Wait,
no colored troops.
so now you
Get
so
your
now you're
ass out of here.
so Sister Bethy, now you're admitting that it's your tree?
My tree.
So your
My
tree so
my
your tree got colored
no,
troops.
my tree.
Is
My
it the
tree.
33rd? Is it the
Not the made
33rd?
up, not the made up tree that I
Is
did
it the
on
33rd
accident.
Colored Infantry? Is it the 33rd Colored Infantry?
My grandfather.
The 33rd Colored Infantry, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Now, let's see. What is the US 33rd Colored Infantry? Let's blow it up. Let's blow it up, all right? It says, let's look at let's go to the predecessor unit, right? Because before it was the 33rd, it was the 1st Regiment Infantry. And it says African descent. And this is from the Library of Congress, by the way. Organized at Beaufort, South Carolina, January 31st, 1863. Now, when we look at 1863, we got to think about the Militia Act of 1862. And this is what allowed those people of African descent to fight in these wars. So, Sister Bethy is clearly an African. Now, this is from the book Army Life in a Black Regiment, 1870 book, right? And I want to show you something. Now it says, the 1st South Carolina Volunteers, the 1st Slave Regiment mustered into the service of the United States during the late Civil War. It was indeed the 1st colored regiment of any kind, so mustered, except a portion of the troops raised by Major General Butler at New Orleans. These scarcely belonged to the same class. However, being recruited from the free colored population of that city, a comparatively self-reliant and educated race, the darkest of them, said General Butler, were of about the complexion of the late Mr. Webster, right? The 1st South Carolina, on the other hand, right, contained scarcely a free man, had not one mulatto in 10, and a far smaller proportion who could read or write were enlisted. Now, do you see that? Not one mulatto in 10. Okay? That's something to think about right there. Now, when we looking at the camp diary, they speak about African people in those regiments. Okay? Now this is another regiment. This is a different regiment. But I want you to read what it says. It says, I noticed that some companies too look darker than others, though all are purer African than I expected. All are purer African than I expected. This is said to be partially a geographical difference between the South Carolina and Florida men. You know why? Think of all the slaves, the Africans, who were brought into South Carolina, Sister Bethy. So, of course, when we look at your genealogy, we're going to see Africans. Now, in that same book, there's Negro spirituals that these soldiers were singing, okay? And one soldier spoke an African word. And this African word is inside of the song. We'll cross the mighty mile, except that one of the old men thought that it meant the river of death. Perhaps it is an African word in a Cameroon dialect. Okay? Now, this is really gonna hurt, right? And this is the same book. These are soldiers who speak about who they were, right? And it says, one day, Higginson recorded in his diary the words of a sermon delivered by one of the privates, Thomas Long, a former slave, acting as a lay chaplain for the day at religious services conducted for the regiment. They were published 60 years later in a biography of the former colonel, but deserve to be reproduced in connection with the story of the regiment. Now, this is what the person had to say, okay? We can remember when we first enlisted, it was hardly safe for we to pass body camps to Buford and back. Less than less, we went in a mob and carried sidearms. But we whipped down all that, not by going to the white camps for weeping. We didn't tote our bayonets for whipping, but we lived it down by our natural manhood. And now the white soldiers take us by the hand and say, brother soldier, that's what these regiment did for the Ethiopian race. If we hadn't become soldiers, all might have gone back as it was before. Our freedom might have slipped through the two houses of Congress, and President Lincoln's 4 years might have passed by and nothing been done for us. But now things can never go back because we have showed what he has showed. We had showed our energy and our courage and our naturally manhood. Another thing is suppose you had kept your freedom without enlisting in this army. Your children might have grown up free and been well cultivated so as to be equal to any business, but it would have been always flung in the faces. Your father never fought for his own freedom. And what could they answer? Never can they say to this African race ever again. So when Sister Bethy gets upset because I said that the colored infantry was of African descent, these people said they were of African descent. You want to read, you can't cherry pick the things you want out of history. There's real diaries, there's real books that were written at that time. Primary sources. I know you want to be an Indian so bad, excuse me. But your records say you're an African, black African. All right? Look at her. She tried desperately to turn these people into Indians. You see, but she couldn't do it. It's still going to say black. And then when you click the Indian part, it says Sister Bethy's name. Look at this. Black, dark brown. Moses, black, Indian. So, with that being said, I got more to come on Sister Bethy's genealogy. That's just a brief video to let you know that Sister Bethy has African ancestry, no matter if she like it or not. And with that being said, it's your brother YK The Truth. Please share this video, hit the like button. I'm out. Peace.